Mangalam Mangalanam Sakala Nigamavalli Satphalam Chitsvarupam Sakridapi Parigitam Shraddhaya Helayava Bhriguvar Naramatram Tarayet Krishna Nam Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakutam Jighansaya Payayadapya Sadhvi Lebhe Gatim Dha Truchitam Tatonyam Kamvadayalum Sharanam Brajem Namah Kamalana Bhaya Namah Kamal Maline Namah Kamal Padaya Namaste Kamalekshana Yo Brahmanam Vidadhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedanscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tagvam Ha Devamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Eternally divine souls. Yesterday I had taken up the topic of 3 things that sadhaks, aspiring devotees, must have in life. These are sadhana, satsang and seva. Yesterday I had spoken about the importance that Jagadguru Uttam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj places on sadhana, the practice of devotion, which is done in 2 different methods. Karma Yoga Sadhana and Karma Sannyas Sadhana. Karma Sannyas Sadhana is a must, Karma Yoga Sadhana is a must. Scheduling some time in which to practice devotion, in which to think about doing Smaranam Bhakti, it is an absolute must. And with that we should take the help of bhajans and kirtans, which help us tremendously in thinking about God, in visualizing the various pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. So Karma Sannyas Sadhana is a must, and Karma Yoga Sadhana we cannot do without. While we are working in the world, we must train our mind to think about God simultaneously. So I had spoken extensively about that, and now let's talk about satsang next. The meaning of satsang, real meaning is sant ka sang, sant sang, satsang. A true association, godly association. We associate with our Guru, with the saint. When he is here on earth, we associate with him. We can speak with him, we can interact with him, we can listen to his lectures and ask questions. And after he goes for Golok, after he ascends to Golok, as Sri Maharaj Ji has, then how do we associate with him? How do I do satsang? How do I have sant ka sang? Fortunately for us, Sri Maharaj Ji has left behind a wealth, a treasure trove of literature in the form of Prem Ras Siddhant, philosophy of divine love, Bhakti Shatak, Radha Govind Geet, Shama Sham Geet. There is so much literature available, thousands and thousands of lectures in the written form, And again, thankfully for us that we're living in these times so that we can have Sri Maharajji's darshan and we can listen to his most excellent divine discourses using technology. So association with our guru, association with the saint is very possible, and we must associate. What does that mean for us? It means reading the works of Sri Maharajji, reading the books of Sri Maharajji. Maharajji used to say, मैंने ये पुस्तकें अपने लिए नहीं लिखी हैं. Maharajji used to say, I did not write these books for myself. I wrote them for you. So we must read those, that literature of Sri Maharajji. We must contemplate upon that literature, contemplate upon what he is saying. We must go into the songs, the devotional songs, the bhajans and kirtans. Sri Maharajji has given us thousands of them, and that's not an exaggeration. Literally thousands and thousands of bhajans and kirtans have been given to us by Sri Maharajji. We must sing them, we must think about them, we must do Roop Dhyan with them. And every time we do that, we are associating. हम संत का संग करते हैं. किस तरह से हम अपने गुरु का संग करते हैं जब हम उनकी पुस्तकें पढ़ते हैं. महाराज जी की 3 पुस्तकें हैं प्रश्नोत्तरी. उसमें प्रश्न जो पूछे हैं साधकों ने, महाराज जी ने उनको उत्तर दिए हैं. वो पढ़ने चाहिए. और हमें प्रेम रस सिद्धांत, जो उनका प्रमुख ग्रंथ है, प्रेम रस सिद्धांत, वो पढ़ना चाहिए. बार बार पढ़ना चाहिए. समझने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए. हमें उनके प्रवचन सुनने चाहिए. उनके दर्शन भी मिल जाता है वीडियो में. तमाम सारे प्रवचन हैं और हमारा जीवन छोटा पड़ जाएगा. इतने सारे प्रवचन हैं, इतना कुछ मटेरियल महाराज जी ने छोड़ा है. तो उन सब से हम महाराज जी का संग कर सकते हैं. We can associate with our Guru through all these means. By doing Roop Dhyan of Radha Krishna, not only of Radha Krishna, but of Sri Maharaj Ji. And the scriptures have said that serving the Guru is the same as serving God. Thinking about the divine Guru is the same as thinking about God himself. So we get the same benefit. And another meaning of satsang is that when like-minded individuals get together and they do satsang together, they sing the bhajans and kirtans of their Guru, and they help one another. They help one another because other people's devotion helps us too. We get inspired by other people. We get inspired by the devotion of others. When we see someone in satsang shedding tears, we feel badly. We think, why can't I shed tears? He is shedding tears, she is shedding tears. Why am I not able to cry for God? So looking at others' devotion, we become inspired. We do. Sri Maharaj Ji, therefore, had given an instruction. When Sri Maharaj Ji was in North America, Canada and the US, in 2005 and 2007, Sri Maharaj Ji made it a point to say to devotees, you should meet at least once a week. कम से कम हफ्ते में एक बार मिलके सत्संग किया करो. Some people say, I do my sadhana at home. That's great. But satsang is also very important because no man is an island. We are very social people. Although you may not be very social, but we do thrive when we see the devotion of others. We do become inspired. And so satsang is very important. Sri Maharaj Ji himself said it. We must be careful, however, not to bring worldliness into satsang. It cannot be all about the food. Food is important. But it cannot be that after 2 hours of bhajans and kirtans, there's a regular party going on. Once I had said to my host somewhere in the US, I beg you, please don't make it a party afterwards. Don't have so much food. Just make simple food. Promise me? I'll try, she said. But please, let's set an example for others. You be the example for others. Because when one person says, she made 10 dishes and I'm having satsang, I should make at least 10, but I should actually make 11 or 12. So it becomes a competition. So please don't do that. She said, I'll try. But I knew better. It was not going to happen. So after the satsang, there were tents put out there. It was like a wedding. There was a regular feast going on. And I said, chalo ho gaya. All the effect of satsang finished right there. Because then it was like now, up until now, we were not able to speak. We were just listening to this lady. Now we can start talking. And there was so much chatter. There was so much going on. And so we must be careful not to do that, not to convert satsang into a social gathering. Satsang is not a social gathering. It's a spiritual gathering. I'm not saying that food is not important. I'll be the first one to say, I'm hungry, I need food. But the food should be within limits, and it should be sattvic as much as possible. It's very tempting. It is very tempting to bring worldliness into even spirituality. Many people say, I have to go to so-and-so's satsang because, वो हमें बहुत मानते हैं. हमें उनके सत्संग में जाना है. वो कहते हैं आपके बिना तो सत्संग सूना लगता है. अगर हम उनके सत्संग में नहीं जाएंगे, वो हमारे सत्संग में नहीं आएंगे. वो हमें बहुत मानते हैं. They consider us to be really good friends and they really give us a lot of respect. We have to go to their satsang. They're not saying, I want to go to their satsang because I want to learn something. I want to absorb the divine feelings. जाएंगे, एक आधे घंटे खत्म होने से आधे घंटे पहले पहुंच जाएंगे. हाजिरी लगा देंगे. उनकी आंखों में आंखें डाल के बोलेंगे, देखो हम आ गए ना और हम ये लेके आए हैं. ये लेके आए, फल लेके आए, फूल लेके आए, ये लेके आए, वो लेके आए. क्योंकि तुम हमें बहुत मानते हो. You consider me to be so important. So it becomes like a social gathering. It's a social reason why I should go to satsang. Some people say, I can't go to her satsang, I don't know her. Actually, satsang is not a social gathering, so you can go uninvited. You can actually go to a satsang uninvited. There's no such thing as crashing a satsang. You can crash a party, you can crash a get-together, but you cannot crash a satsang. It's for everyone. So we have to be very careful. Sri Maharaj used to give instructions. He would give very strict instructions that don't talk to each other after the satsang because you will invariably start talking about the world, your world. I remember when I started thinking about how to reach God. I thought, where can I find God? Then I thought, it's obvious. You go to a mandir, that's where you find God. So I went to the mandir, and what a great surprise for me. Not a good one. Because there were so many people talking about their kids, about the upcoming wedding, about upcoming vacation, about the jewelry they just had made from India, about the sari that she was wearing, and what a beautiful color. बड़े सुंदर रंग की साड़ी पहनी है. बड़े कहाँ से लाए ये सूट? ये jewelry कहाँ से बनवाई? And I thought, this is what they talk about in a mandir? And I tell you, I was very naive. I was shocked that this is what goes on. Is this what people talk about in the mandir? I can't go to this mandir because it's all about socializing. So, satsang we have to keep in mind all the time what the aim of having a satsang is, what the aim of being in a satsang is. A woman had said to me once, मैं आपके सत्संग में आना चाहती हूँ लेकिन कोई friend नहीं बनता. So that people are not befriending me. I said, you be a friend to them, but the thing is, really, it's not that people are your enemies or they're trying to make you into an enemy, but the thing is, you don't go there for social reasons. That's just not the reason you go. I'm not saying that we who are following Maharajji's teachings are following it to the letter. We are certainly not doing that. There's a lot of chatter that goes on and this and that, but it's certainly not a place to make friends and talk about. That's outside the satsang. But in a satsang, no. So true meaning of satsang is sant ka sang. But and if our guru is before our eyes, there's nothing like it. But if he's not, then we must still associate with him through his literature, through his words. So much is there. Sri Maharaj Ji has made sure to leave so much behind that it is incredible amount of material that's available to us. Towards the end of his stay on earth, Sri Maharaj Ji gave two very beautiful lecture series. One is Brahmajiv Maya, and the other one, even more popular, is Main Kaun, Mera Kaun. Who am I and who is mine? 103 lectures. They are worth hearing, they're worth listening to. Sri Maharaj Ji had said, future generations will know from these lectures what the philosophy of the Pancham Mool Jagat Guru, fifth original Jagat Guru was. So he gave very detailed lectures. They are worth listening to. I know of people who started listening and they could not sleep all night. They kept listening all night. They just kept listening. They could not get enough of it. Many, many people. They just could not turn the computer off, wherever they were listening from. They just could not go away from there. They just had to listen to more and more and more. And they tell me this. These are the lectures to end all lectures. Main kaun, mera kaun. So we can do satsang like that. We should do satsang like that. The words of a saint are so powerful. Let's say a true saint has spoken some words and a worldly man has spoken some words. Then the comparison is staggering. It is mind-boggling. The comparison is the saint's words are so powerful, they're like an atom bomb, not in a destructive way, but in power, from the point of view of the power. They're like an atom bomb, and the words of a worldly man are like a rubber balloon. There's no weight. There is no power in that. So the words spoken by Jagat Guru Uttam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, they carry a lot of weight. I was going to show Maharajji's lecture to my hosts, and she wanted me to see what she was listening to, and I said I will listen to them. She showed me two kathavachaks, storytellers, and they were very good. They were telling very interesting stories from the scriptures. The same evening, I said, let's all sit down as their family and myself. Let's watch Maharajji's lecture. They said, yes, we would love to. And so they started watching. And the same woman who said, I follow these two, and I would like you to listen to them. And I did listen to them, and they were good. The same one who's listening to Maharajji now, here's what she says, without my prompting. She said, after every sentence Maharajji spoke, it was very nice to hear. She goes, Wah, kya bolte hain? Wow, how he speaks. After every sentence. And I'm not exaggerating, after every sentence, Wah, kya bolte hain? Wah, kya bolte, kamal hai, kya bolte hain? Throughout the lecture she said that. At the end, I didn't expect this, but she said, मुझे लगता है दीदी जी जो दो मैंने दिखाए थे ना आपको, जी हाँ, लगता है वो इनके शिष्य हैं. मैंने कहा माता जी सारा संसार इनका शिष्य है क्योंकि ये जगत गुरु हैं. She said, I think those two that we listen to, they both follow Maharaj, your Maharajji, your guru. And I said, the whole world follows him. He is a guru of the whole world. And she said, now I understand how. Because one lecture, and it wasn't a very long one, it just left her speechless. She kept saying, wow, how wonderfully he speaks. Wow, what great words. Wow, wow, wow. She kept saying that. And a saint's association, when we associate with a saint, with a real divine personality, then the benefits are tremendous. There was once a disciple of Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, and he was a young man. He was kind of dull-witted. He couldn't understand, he couldn't remember any verses from the Vedas and so on and so forth. And the other boys, they looked down on him. But this boy was so dedicated to his master. He was mentally always associating with his guru, with Adi Shankaracharya. And when Adi Shankaracharya saw that, he internally graced this young man, this disciple, who was dull-witted, but he associated with his guru in such a powerful way that Adi Shankaracharya graced him and gave him divinity. Now this boy comes to the open-air classroom where Adi Shankaracharya is sitting, all the other boys are sitting, and he starts praising his guru through exquisite Sanskrit poetry. And all the other boys are looking at him. Are you composing this poetry? He doesn't know how he's doing it, but he has attained God realization because of his association with his guru. The guru has to be genuine and the disciple has to be genuine. Both have to be genuine. Now, let's say that there is someone who has great faith in his guru, but the guru is not a guru. He is a seeker also. He's also a sadhak. Then what will this person gain? He needs to have, he's a true sadhak, but he doesn't have the right guru. Let's say that someone has a true guru, but he doesn't have faith in the guru. That also will not get him anywhere because he doesn't have faith. So we need a true guru, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, as the Vedas say. वेदों में बताया गया कि गुरु किसको कहते हैं. गुरु चाहिए, गुरु होना चाहिए जीवन में. अरे उसके गुरु नहीं, उसके हाथ का पानी नहीं पीना है. ऐसे तो बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं. लेकिन गुरु है कौन ये नहीं मालूम. अरे गुरु तो गुरु ही होता है. नहीं, मतलब क्या, गुरु का मतलब क्या? अरे क्या मतलब, सबको मालूम है. गुरु गुरु जो गेरुए कपड़े पहनते हैं, जो बड़ा सा तिलक लगाते हैं, कंठी पहनते हैं. नहीं, गुरु का मतलब क्या? तो हमें वेद बताते हैं श्रोत्रियम ब्रह्मनिष्ठम, जिसको समस्त शास्त्रों वेदों का संपूर्ण ज्ञान है. और कैसे हो सकता है उसको संपूर्ण ज्ञान? क्योंकि वो दूसरी शर्त उसने निभाई है, वो है ब्रह्मनिष्ठ. उसने भगवान को प्राप्त कर लिया है. भगवान की शरण में चला गया तो भगवान ने उसको अपनी सारी संपत्ति दे दी. जैसे एक बाप अपने बेटे को सारी संपत्ति दे देता है, तो भगवान ने उसको संपूर्ण ज्ञान दे दिया, अनंत आनंद दे दिया, सब कुछ दे दिया. तो अब उसके पास उसने दोनों शर्तों को पूरा कर दिया. वो श्रोत्रियम है क्योंकि वो ब्रह्मनिष्ठ है. भगवान को प्राप्त कर लिया, इसलिए भगवान ने सारा ज्ञान उसको दे दिया. सो Guru is one who is Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Shrotriyam meaning he has theoretical knowledge of all scriptures, of all religions, without exception. And how can anyone have that complete knowledge? Because he has fulfilled the second condition, he is Brahmanisht. He is God realized. When Gauranga Mahaprabhu was asked, who is a Guru? He said in Bengali, Jai Krishna Tattvaveta Shai Guru Hoy. The one who knows Krishna is the Guru. Knowing Krishna, knowing God, meaning one who has attained God. The one who now sees God everywhere. Jit dekhun tit sham mai hai. Or as the Ramayana says, Siya Ram Maya Sab Jag Jani Karau Pranam Jori Jug Pani. That he sees God, Sita Ram everywhere. He sees Radhe Shyam everywhere. Bartan mein, ghatan mein, beethin mein, bagan mein, belin mein, बाटिका में, फूलन में, बन में, दरन में, दीवारिन में, देहरी दरीचन में, हीरन में, हारन में, भूषण में, तन में, कानन में, कुंजन में, गोपिन में, गायन में, गोकुल में, गोधन में, दामिनी में, घन में, जहाँ जहाँ देखूं तहाँ श्याम ही दिखाई देत. मेरो श्याम छाए रहो नैनन में, मन में. तो गोपी हर जगह श्री कृष्ण का दर्शन करती है. घर के अंदर, घर के बाहर, ब्रज बीथिन में, गलियों में, ब्रज की गलियों में देखती है वो. यमुना जी में, पेड़ों में, हर जगह उसको भगवान दिखते हैं क्योंकि उसने भगवान को प्राप्त कर लिया. सो गुरु इज वन who has attained God realization and therefore he knows all the scriptures inside out. Shri Maharaji told us, he used to tell us stories about when he had gone to Kashi upon the invitation of Kashi Vidvat Parishad, very exalted body of 500 scholars of the scriptures. And when he spoke to them the first day, he baffled them. Maharaji said, there is no book quite as wrong as the Vedas, Gita and the Ramayana. And they all looked at one another. क्या बोल रहे हैं ये? वेद, गीता, रामायण के समान कोई गलत ना किताब ना थी, ना है, ना होगी. ये कैसे बोल रहे हैं? महाराज जी ने कहा, मेरे को असिद्ध करो फिर. Maharaj Ji took the Vedas and said to the scholars, look, the Vedas themselves are saying the Vedas are wrong. He took the Gita and he proved the Gita wrong by using the Gita. He took the Ramayana, proved the Ramayana wrong. And these scholars who have spent a whole lifetime studying one scripture, they were helpless. They're angry, they're frustrated, but they cannot say, no, you're wrong. But Sri Maharaj Ji smiled to himself and he said, no, don't worry. Tomorrow I shall prove that there is nothing like the Vedas. There is no book better than the Vedas, the Gita and the Ramayana. And the next day he came and he proved himself wrong. And again using the scriptures. So they said, who is he? What kind of brain does he have? What kind of brain is this? Maharaj Ji हंसते थे, बोलते थे, लोग मुझे कहते हैं कंप्यूटर जगत गुरु हैं. कंप्यूटर फिक्स्ड है अंदर. कैसा ज्ञान है. लोग सुनते थे श्री महाराज जी के प्रवचन और बाद में महाराज जी क्या करते थे, छद्म वेश से अपना वेश बदलते क्या था, ये बड़ा सा कंबल ले लिया और अपने आप को ढक लिया और कार छोड़ करके, भाई तुम चलो हम आते हैं पैदल, और लोगों के कमेंट्स सुनते थे. और बहुत से लोग कहते थे ये हैं कौन, इनका लेक्चर हमने कभी ऐसा सुना ही नहीं, लगता है वेद व्यास हैं. दूसरा कहता है नहीं वेद व्यास के भी दादा हैं. ये तो कुछ और ही हैं. सो द गुरु, he has all the knowledge that God has. He has the same powers as God. Tasmins tajjane bheda bhavat. Narad Muni says in Narad Bhakti Darshan, there is no difference between God and the one who has attained God realization. The saint or sant, Mahapurush, in other words, Guru. They have the same powers. So doing satsang of a true Guru, that is what will take us closer to our goal, closer and closer. The more we associate with the true Guru, the closer we will get to God. It's simple. He is like the fire, and we are trembling with the cold, shivering with the cold. So the closer we get to fire, the warmer we will feel. So we are so away from God. So when we go towards a saint who is all about God, we get closer and closer to God. And that is how to recognize a Guru. When you listen to the teachings of a Guru and you ask questions and you get the answers, then you start following the teachings, you start doing sadhana as prescribed by him. So then you realize, if you realize that you are getting what you wanted, that you are getting closer and closer to God, then you know that you have found a Guru. Because why else does anyone want a Guru? अब कई लोग ऐसे हैं, वो कहते जरा अच्छा रहता है गुरु का होना, क्योंकि जब डिफ़िकल्टीज आती हैं जीवन में तो हम गुरु जी के पास पहुँचे और कहें गुरु जी जरा अपना हाथ रखिए हमारे सिर पे, तो सब ठीक कर देंगे वो. हमारे पास हम निर्धन हैं, हमारे पास बहुत कम पैसा है, गुरु जी आशीर्वाद दे देंगे, कहेंगे जाओ तुम्हें बहुत बढ़िया नौकरी मिल जाएगी और जाओ तुम लखपति हो जाओ, करोड़पति हो जाओ, अरबपति हो जाओ. तो जरा अच्छा रहता है, गुरु जी आशीर्वाद देते रहते हैं. यानी यही गुरु का काम है, आशीर्वाद देते रहते हैं और सिर पे हाथ रखते रहते हैं. महाराज जी ने कभी नहीं रखा किसी के सिर पे हाथ. तो एक नया नवेला आया, उसने कहा महाराज जी आपके आशीर्वाद चाहिए. महाराज जी ने हाँ ठीक है. चरण छुए, कोई रिएक्शन नहीं मिला महाराज जी से, हाथ नहीं आया सिर पे. तो बार बार देख रहे महाराज जी को, सिर पे हाथ नहीं रखा आपने. महाराज जी मुस्कुरा रहे थे. उसने क्या किया, लिया महाराज जी का हाथ और अपने सिर पे रख दिया. सेल्फ सर्व. क्या होगा कि महाराज जी मुस्कुराने लगे कि इससे मिलेगा क्या, केवल मेरे हाथ लगाने से क्या होगा. अरे तुम रहो यहाँ पर, कुछ सत्संग करो, कुछ सुनो, कुछ समझो, कुछ सोचो, कुछ करो, तभी तो कुछ मिलेगा. एक व्यक्ति आया, महाराज आंसू से भरी हुई आंखें, महाराज जी मैंने टीवी में दर्शन किया, महाराज जी हम तो इतने साल वंचित रह गए, और महाराज जी आप तो ऐसे हैं, ये हैं. महाराज जी हाँ वो तो ठीक है, बताओ कितनी देर रुकोगे, कितने दिन रुकोगे. महाराज जी बस 1 घंटे में जा रहे हैं, आपके दर्शन के लिए आए थे। महाराज जी ने कहा, इस धोखे में मत रहना कि दर्शन से भी कुछ मिल जाएगा। दर्शन से क्या मिलेगा? पास रहने से कुछ मिलेगा? कोई 1 दिन के लिए महाराज जी के पास, महाराज जी कहते छूने आए हो क्या? 2 दिन के लिए, अरे रुको यहाँ पर, महाराज जी जाना है। क्या जल्दी है? बहुत जल्दी है तुम्हें अपने नरक में जाने की, महाराज जी बोलते थे। बैक टू द सेम ओल्ड मेस, महाराज जी would say, stay with me, stay for some time. So satsang is not done. Satsang is one thing. And just having the darshan of a sant. A lot of people say, I took darshan, I had darshan, and that's enough for me. What is seeing a saint, what would it do for us? Nothing much. We need to associate. Sang karna hai. We need to associate with the saint. We need to spend time. If he's on earth, then we need to spend time with him. And if he's not, then we need to spend a lot of time with him anyway, through his literature, through his divine poetry, by thinking about him, watching him, understanding what he's trying to say, and following his teachings. And that is satsang, sant ka sang. Now, the third and the final thing that we need to have in life is seva. The best, the topmost concept is seva. आपने सुना होगा सेवा से मेवा मिलती है. Serving God and Guru, rendering devotional service, is the best concept. We have 3 things that we can serve with. One is our body, one is our mind, one is wealth. Tan, man, dhan. We can serve God and Guru physically, and we should. We can and we should serve God and Guru financially. And we can and we should serve God and Guru mentally. Out of these 3, the main seva is manasik seva. Rendering service to God and Guru internally, in our mind. That is the main thing. So then why should I do physical seva? Why should I do financial seva? हम धन क्यों दें गुरु की सेवा में? हम शारीरिक सेवा क्यों करें फिर? अरे जब तक ये दोनों नहीं करोगे मन में कैसे आएंगे हरि गुरु? मन में आ ही नहीं सकते. But the main thing is manasik seva, and for that we need tan ki seva and dhan ki seva. We need to serve physically and financially so that God and Guru may enter our mind, so that we may do Roop Dhyan, so that they may purify the contaminated mind. If there is someone who doesn't have any money, he's a beggar, and many days he goes hungry to bed. Now, that's understandable. He has nothing to give. But actually, if he gets $1 that day, he needs to give a dime away. 10%. Nyayo parjita vittena dashamanshena dhimata. Our scriptures have said 10% of your earnings must be donated. So even if a beggar gets $1, he needs to give 10% of that. The law is very strict. God's laws are very strict. If we become very clever and we say, you know what, I didn't give anything throughout my life, and I didn't follow that teaching because I don't like to give anything. I don't take from anyone. I don't give to anyone. Apna to saaf hi fundamental hai, funda hai apna. That's what my fundamental truth in life. I don't take from anyone. I don't give to anyone. Sounds really good, doesn't it? Good for you. No, God says, I'll punish you. 10% is a must. And the people who have a lot of money, they feel especially nervous at this, of hearing this. 10%? Once in a satsang, I thought that there was a gentleman who was going to have a heart attack. When I just said 10% of it should be, he said, loud gasps. Ye kya ho raha hai? Somebody said to me quietly, he's the richest man in the city. Oh. So, it's God's law that earn your money legally and give 10% of it away. And that is actually not charity. Sri Maharaj Ji explains that that's not charity. 10% you have to give. It's like income tax. When you pay income tax to the Canadian government, you're not giving charity to them, are you? You have to give that. And if you don't, then you're caught and then you'll be punished. There'll be a hefty fine, right? So God says, 10% you must give. And if you don't, if you become clever, I will take it out somehow, one way or the other. There'll be a theft in your house. तो चोर ले गया, चला गया वो, जो तुम्हारा था ही नहीं, देना चाहिए था, नहीं दिया, चोरी हो गया. दंड वैसे ही मिलेगा कि तुमने दिया नहीं. वो तो चोरी हो गया, अलग बात है. So God says, if you don't give it, I'll take it out some other way. Thieves will make off. Somebody will rob you of it. Somebody will swindle you out of your money. Or somebody will, you'll have to pay the doctor's fees. Or you'll have to pay the lawyers. Or you've given it all to your children. Your children, they will become spoiled. They'll go on the wrong path. So you'll be punished because you did not give it. The law that God has told us about in the Bhagavad Mahapurana is Yavat bhriyeta jatharam tavat swatvam hi dehinam adhikam yo bhimanyet sasteno dandamarhati. भगवान कहते हैं जितने धन से तुम्हारी आवश्यकताएं पूरी हो जाएं, लालच पूरा हो जाए नहीं, आवश्यकताएं पूरी हो जाएं, उसी मात्रा के धन के अधिकारी हो. अगर अधिक बचता है कुछ तो दान कर दो, तुम्हारा है ही नहीं. और जो अधिक रखेगा उसको मैं चोर मानूंगा. सस्ते न दंड मरहति, हर एक चोर को दंड मिलेगा. So the laws of God are so strict that Shri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Puran, you are entitled to only as much wealth as is required for basic needs in life. You have a roof over your head, you have clothes covering your body, you have 3 square meals a day, then that's all the money you need. And donate the rest, because if you keep any more, I will consider you to be a thief. So the laws of God are there, and it is up to us to follow them. So seva is extremely important. Kabir Das ji had said, तन पवित्र सेवा किए धन पवित्र दिए दान मन पवित्र हरि भजन से इस विधि हो कल्याण. Kabir Das ji says, purify your dirty, your impure material body by using it in the service of God and Guru. Purify your material and therefore impure money, wealth, by giving it in service of God and Guru. And purify your contaminated mind which is filled with worldly thoughts, mind which is filled with thoughts of anger, greed, pride, hatred, lust, envy, and the like. Purify that mind by doing Rup Dhyan. So everything about you becomes purified. And isn't that what we want? We want that. We are not happy with our anger. We don't say, you know what, I'm so proud of myself. I got so much anger inside. You should see me when I become angry. I become like a demon. Love that. Love my face when I get angry. Nobody likes their face. If you show someone who's really angry, or if you're really angry and somebody shows you the mirror, oh my God, that's what I look like. Then even Miss Universe seems very ugly, and even the most handsome man would look really, really unsightly, because anger is something so nasty that it makes us look nasty. It shows up on the face. Greed, not so much. You can't see it on the face, but anger you can see. So we want an abatement. We want our anger to decrease. We want relief from anger, greed, pride, and so on. So the way to do that is to serve. Service to God and Guru, it is so important. There are so many people that we hear about in Hindu history who have attained God by serving the Guru. Raja Harishchandra is an example. His Guru tested him so much, took his kingdom. Okay, that's done. You've given your kingdom and everything in the kingdom, all the treasury, it's mine now. What about Dakshina? Dakshina. How much? So many thousand coins. Harishchandra sold his wife, sold his son, sold himself. How many challenges he faced, how many tests. And eventually what happened was, because of the seva he performed for his Guru, because he did not have any doubts and he kept on serving his Guru, gave up everything, then he ascended to the kingdom of God. God said, I've tested you enough, now you come to my abode. So there are so many, like Harish Chandra, who have attained God realization through seva. Seva. श्री महाराज जी कहते थे, सेवा से अधिक साधना न कभी थी, न है, न होगी. Seva is the biggest, the highest principle in devotion. Seva. You see, we sacrifice something of ourselves, something that we like. And when we sacrifice something that we really like, and that is pleasing, because we have sacrificed it, we have looked outside of ourselves, that I could have this money in my bank account, and I could buy myself a villa, I could buy myself a yacht, but I will use it in seva. That pleases God and Guru so much. Blessings are given, not because we are giving them wealth. God and Guru don't need wealth, this material wealth. Once Ramakrishna Paramhans, when he was a pujari, he was a priest in the Dakshineshwar Mandir, Rani Rashmani, who had built the temple, her son-in-law came and he said, Sir, holy sir, last night there was a theft in the mandir and Shri Krishna's jewelry was stolen, and shame on Bhagwan, he couldn't save his jewelry. And Ramakrishna Paramhans looked at this man and said, shame on you. Do you think that jewelry was of any value to Shri Krishna? Because you are a worldly man, you think it was made of gold and it was so valuable. Do you think that God thinks those things to be valuable? It's just like dirt to God. Even when someone has attained God realization, even to such a saint, money and things that money can buy, they were worth nothing. It's just like we would scoff at dirt. If somebody were to say, I've got a lot of dirt, please take it. Are you kidding me? Dirt? That's nothing. I can get so much of it free of charge. What are you giving me? It has no value. So in the same way, worldly wealth and gold and jewels and gems and all that, they are of no significance. They are of no importance to God and even to the one who has attained God. Tulsidas ji saw that there are people who doubt a saint. When the saint says, you must do seva, Ramakrishna Paramhans used to say, when you come to me, then don't come empty-handed. He taught people. He also said, when you go to a mandir, he would teach people. He would say, when you go to a mandir and you eat in the mandir, you must give 5 times. 5 times, because you've eaten from the house of God. He used to teach people that this is what you do. And he himself, he was allergic to money. If he put a coin under the mattress, under his bedding, he would say, I couldn't sleep all night. There was something there. He kept tossing and turning. But he taught everyone, he would say, do not come to me empty-handed. What is he doing? Is he greedy for wealth? Absolutely not. He's telling others, teaching others, that there is something much greater than worldly wealth. And to get that, you have to sacrifice some of your worldly wealth. That's what he was teaching. तुलसीदास जी कहते हैं कि देखो, संसार में ऐसे भी लोग हैं अभागे, जो गुरु के समझाने पे कि देखो धन की सेवा करनी चाहिए, वो सोचते हैं अरे ये संत नहीं है, ये तो लालची हैं, पैसा मांगते हैं. वो ऐसे ही हैं जैसे एक कुत्ता था गांव में, तो उसको एक हड्डी मिली. हड्डी सूखी थी, बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं था उसके ऊपर, और वो चबाने लगा. और उसने सोचा कि उसी समय उसने देखा एक हाथी आ रहा है वहाँ से, तो अभी मैं बाद में इसको एंजॉय करूँगा. तो ये हाथी आ रहा है, मेरी हड्डी के पीछे है, ये हड्डी चाहता है, मैं तो इसको कभी ना दूँ. तो कुत्ते ने ज़मीन खोदी, उसके नीचे हड्डी दबा दी और उसके ऊपर खुद बैठ गया, मैं इसको नहीं दूंगा. और हाथी आके चला भी गया, उसने कुत्ते की तरफ देखा भी नहीं, वो अपनी मस्ती में चला गया. और कुत्ता सोच रहा है ये हाथी मेरे हड्डी के पीछे है. तुलसीदास जी ने कहा ऐसे ही संसारी का हाल है. वो सोचता है कि ये तो पैसे के पीछे हैं, ये तो लालच करते हैं, ये तो ऐसे हैं, ये तो वैसे हैं. वो ये नहीं समझता कि उसके कल्याण के लिए ही संत लोग आते हैं और उसको सेवा के बारे में बतलाते हैं. Shri Maharaj Ji talked a lot about seva. Why? Because the scriptures say that seva is extremely important. Charity is extremely important. In the Ramayana, it is said, प्रकट चारि पद धर्म के कलिमह एक प्रधान येन केन विधि दीने दान करे कल्याण. We read the Ramayana, but we don't bother to look to understand what the Ramayana is saying. So many people say, I want to do part. Ramayana ka part karna hai. I want to recite the Ramayana. But what is the Ramayana saying? Oh no, I don't want to do that. But the Ramayana says, I'll just read it like a parrot. So in the Ramayana, it is said, in Kali Yuga, only charity to the right recipient, to the worthy recipient will take you to God. So Sri Maharaj taught us that 10% donation is not a donation. It's an obligatory tax you pay to God. If you give 20% of your earnings, then you've given 10% dan. Sri Maharaj Ji, Jagadguru Uttam Shri Kripalu Ji Maharaj inspired people to give not 10%, but to give 90%, keep 10%. But as I was explaining, I think it was this morning itself, that no one ever became poor because of giving charity, because of serving God and Guru. No one ever became poor. No one ever was deprived of anything. If anything, that person got a lot more, because God and Guru will not let you suffer. You are doing seva and then you think, oh, I have nothing left for myself. It's never like that. God and Guru look at your sentiments. They look at our sentiments. How much desire is there for you to serve? And also, I must say that Sri Maharaj Ji always taught us that we should not plan on giving someday. Someday may never come. Sri Maharaj Ji was very adamant. Do it now. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow may not come. Do it now. I'll do it later today. Later today may not come. Do it right now. And we have heard a saying which goes like this. Kali kare so aaj kare so ab, pal mein parlay hoegi, pheri karego kab. What you intend to do tomorrow, do it today. What you intend to do today, do it right now. Because death comes in a moment's time. So when will you do it? I'll do it sometime later. Many well-intentioned people left this earth and their plans were not fulfilled because they died. Ram Nam Satya hai happened and their plans just remained. Oh, I will do this. I will do this. I will do that. Once I win the lottery, I've heard that so many times. Once I win the lottery, I will do seva. Why don't you do seva right now with what you have? That is, when you win the lottery, that charity will not be so significant as it is right now when you are sacrificing some of your comforts to give seva. And seva should not be told to anyone. We should never desire to be recognized for the seva. Sri Maharaj Ji never recognized anyone's seva. No. People came and they said, we will give this many crore rupees if our name is written. Maharaj Ji said, bhag jao yahan se. Go away from here. Take your money away. This is not the way to give dan. When you give charity, you even forget about it yourself. And you want to show people that you gave dan? No. This temple will be built without your donation. This ashram will be built without your donation. But I will not recognize anyone. I will only put God's name up there. Maharaj Ji didn't put his own name. It's Prem Mandir, Kirti Mandir, Bhakti Mandir. So, when we do seva, we must not think, I did this seva, so I deserve this treatment. Why don't I get to sit in the front? Why do I have to sit in the back? I gave so much money to Guruji. I gave so much to his mission. That pride should not come in. We must always think, I have not given anything. I haven't given anything. And everything I gave nothing of that was mine. It was given to me by him and I have given it back to him. So it did not belong to me. Charity must be done, but it must be done with humility. दान देने में दीनता होनी चाहिए. हम देखते हैं भारत में खास तौर से जब कोई भिखारी आता है तो कहता है बाबूजी 2 पैसा दे दीजिए, तो व्यक्ति पैसा कैसे, बहुत से लोग क्या कहते हैं, सिक्का फेंकते हैं, ले, इस तरह से ले, with so much disrespect. But what we must do is to give with respect. So much charity goes on in our ashrams in India. Maharajji himself taught us how to give charity. Maharajji would fold his hands before everyone, before giving them the money, the daily usage things, with utmost humility. Maharajji would fold his hands, his eyes would be cast downwards as he gave charity. So seva is the most important of all. But the seva is done correctly if we are doing satsang and we are doing sadhana. Otherwise, when we are doing seva, feelings of envy come in. Why does she have that seva? Why is he doing that seva? I deserved it. I'm the one who sponsored this trip. Why does he get to do that? I should have the privilege. I did the seva. No. We must keep ourselves in the background. If we've done seva, we haven't helped anyone except for ourselves. हम अपने हित के लिए सेवा करते हैं ना, दूसरे को हमने क्या दिया? हमने अपना ही तो कल्याण किया. यदि गुरु की सेवा की, भगवान की सेवा की, तो हमने अपना कल्याण किया. We uplift ourselves when we do seva. We don't gratify God and Guru. They don't need any gratification. They are Anando Brahmeti Vejanat. God is Anand, unlimited happiness. We cannot make him happy. He doesn't need anything from us, but we need everything from him. So when we serve, we must have a humble attitude. And there must be a great desire to serve. There must be a burning desire to serve. That I want to do this, rather than thinking, why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? Why do I have to do it? Rather than that, I want to do it. Let me do this. I'm very fortunate that I get to do this seva. Because pride is a very sneaky thief. It takes away all the devotion we have accumulated with, after putting in so much effort, we have accumulated some devotion. When pride comes in, pride says, I'm taking all your devotional merit away. So we have to be very careful about doing seva, and doing seva with humility in the right way. And we must not be lazy or careless in doing seva, knowing fully well, realizing that life is short, it may end the next moment. So we must not wait. Sri Maharajji told everyone about a devotee who was living in the South India. And Sri Maharajji was in Vrindavan. And that day, Maharajji was looking very solemn, and everyone grew concerned. Why is Maharajji not even talking? He's not smiling. And so he was just pacing back and forth, and Maharajji was pacing back and forth in his room. When people asked again and again, devotees asked, Maharajji told the story about this devotee who lives in the south of India. Maharajji said he had an accident. He was on his scooter, and some car hit him, and he's dying. And he's on his deathbed, and there is one thought on his mind, and that is, I was going to send my seva to my Guru. Now I can't do that. Maharajji said that's a thought that he is leaving the world with. And we were all shaken up. I heard about it later. I was not there. But it was recorded, and Sri Maharajji said that he is dying. तड़प रहा है वो कि मैंने सेवा भेजनी थी, लेकिन कल, और मेरे लिए कल तो आएगा नहीं, मैं तो अभी मर रहा हूँ. मेरी फैमिली तो भेजेगी नहीं, मेरी फैमिली विश्वास नहीं करती गुरु में और दान में और भगवान में, तो तड़प तड़प के मर रहा है, महाराज जी ने कहा, क्योंकि उसने देरी कर दी. Maharaj ji said he is dying and he is so anxious because he was intending to send seva, financial seva, and he cannot do it anymore. That shook everyone up, and that motivated everyone who heard it to do seva immediately. Why do we hold on to it? I have had many people who tell me, I believe everything Maharaj says. I believe what you're saying. And I understand at the intellectual level that seva is so important. What is it that stops me? And I think, I'll give it later. What is it that stops us? It's our attachment to money. It's our attachment to the world. It's our attachment to our body. What else is there? Why else should we stop? I believe in Shri Maharaj Ji. He's my guru. I believe, of course, I believe in God. I believe in the words of God. I believe in the philosophy of my guru. I believe that seva is important. But there's something inside me that tells me, it's hard. It's difficult. But I don't have the same feelings when I spend a lot of money on the world. I mean, I just bought a car for 25,000, 40,000, 50,000. That didn't hurt. But this hurts. We should think about that. What is it that stops us? It is our attachment to the world in the form of wealth, things that can be purchased with wealth, attachment to the body, and all that. So there are three things that we cannot do without as aspiring devotees. One is sadhana, one is satsang, one is seva. In all these three, and I suspect we're all doing all these three, but there is so much improvement that has to be made. We can do so much more. जब महाराज जी से किसी ने पूछा, महाराज जी से किसी ने पूछा कि महाराज जी अब और क्या करना है, महाराज जी ने कहा मैंने सब कुछ बता दिया तुम्हें, साधना करनी है, सेवा करनी है, सत्संग करना है, अब क्या करना है, इनको बढ़ाना है. You just have to, Maharaj Ji said, when Maharaj Ji was asked, what else do I need to do, Maharaj Ji? Maharaj Ji said, I didn't hide any facts from you. I didn't hide any knowledge from you. I've told you to do seva, satsang and sadhana. You just have to do more and more of it. That's what you have to do. So that is the instruction for us. We have to do more satsang, more seva, more sadhana to reach our goal. If we are serious about our goal, then we will think about all this and we will improve in all these three. बोलिए श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. श्रीमद् युगल सरकार की जय. जय जय श्री राधे. जय जय श्री राधे. जय जय श्री